Our next comedian is a personal favorite of mine. I grew up doing comedy with them. They're incredibly funny, and they're probably going to be mad that I'm building them up too hard, but please give it up for my friend, the Kinsey!
So how are y'all doing tonight? That is a lot of energy. So I had a birthday a little while back, and every year I like to take stock of the year before. I realized this last year I really grew a lot as a person. Like, I used to really hate my chin, but now I have two to choose from. But I did gain a little bit of weight, and I decided I wanted to do something about it, get active, you know. But I wanted it to be fun, so I thought maybe like a sport. So I asked a couple of friends about it, and they were all like, well, have you thought about roller derby? And that's when I realized I'm the kind of girl that does roller derby. They're like, hey, you're queer and you don't shave. Sounds like something you'd be into. Notice you got broad shoulders, a pot belly, and a lot of rage from burning that bra. I think you make a really good blocker. Let's smash the patriarchy on skates. But I also have a pesky little mental illness, bipolar disorder, which means in addition to debilitating depression, I also get something called mania, which for me is a lot like meth and crack had a baby. Though I recently tried coke for the first time and realized mania is still way better. But it does mean that I get delusions sometimes. And I gotta be honest with y'all, I feel a little ripped off. Because like, other people can have really exciting delusions. Like maybe they think they're the only person that can save us from every secret society in existence. Maybe they're the next creative genius like Picasso or Beethoven. You know, honestly, even methods think they're fucking Jesus every once in a while. But I'm just like, man, my professor's really gonna love his manifesto. I just really... But my illness, it can make dating a little difficult sometimes. I'm sure you've heard the phrase, don't stick your dick in crazy. It's pretty solid advice, to be honest. But I've also had some guys say to me, yeah, but crazy girls have the best sex. But I think we have a different definition of crazy and best and sex. Like, I know they're imagining like a hot girl twisted up like a pretzel, maybe like bondage, anal, but really it's just gonna be me on top of them crying. And then asking them to tell me for the 50th time that I'm still pretty. Yeah. In fact, dating has become so difficult for me that I realized my longest and most stable relationship is with my therapist. 6 years strong, you know. But therapists, they're people too. They have bad days. And I realized this a little while back. Came in dealing with a lot of depression, told her all about it. She just sort of looked at me and said, you know, V, maybe you just weren't meant to be happy. And all I could say was, are you okay? Do you need to talk? Should I call the hotline? I mean, the sign was right there. But it wasn't all bad. It's also the first day I considered grad school as an option. It's like a PhD can't be that hard. I mean, she did it. No, but in reality, therapy has helped me through a lot of changes in my life. You know, from like college student to college dropout. Slight depressed to slightly less depressed, she to he, in a relationship to single, close with my family, kind of rocky. And as you might be able to imagine, one of the less fun things about being trans is coming out, but I'm actually really excited to call up every ex-boyfriend of mine and just be like, hey, I got some news for you. I'll be like, it's too late for you to be pregnant, right? It's like, yeah, it is too late. No kid. Well, like, is it an STI? It's like, well, it's not contagious, no. Well, then what is it? It's like, I don't know how that... I mean, I hate to be the one to tell you this, but you're like at least a little gay now. And I know what some of y'all might be thinking, like, he can't be a dude, he has boobs. But like, have you seen like 80% of y'all? Ever been to Walmart? But no, transitioning isn't all I expected it to be. Like, I thought I was going to turn into this cool guy in his 20s, like, maybe learn to, like, smash a beer can on my forehead, join a band, hook up with girls way out of my league. But instead, I'm just, like, falling asleep on the couch at 9 p.m. and complaining about how my back hurts, and forever looking for the pair of glasses that I'm currently wearing. So basically, I was aiming for big dick energy, but right now I just have big dad energy. And as I've been on this transition from female to male, and you've been on this transition with me from pre-coming out jokes to trans boy material, I'm going to ask you to come on one more transition with me to bringing up your next comic.